Welcome to qnawire.
Alright, so we're being told to find a cubic function f of x equals ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d that has a local max of 3 at x equals -2 and a local min of 0 at x equals 1. So that's all the information we're given. So the first thing we want to do is take the derivative. So we want to take the derivative of f prime of x, and this will give us 3ax squared plus no, not bx squared. It's going to be 2bx, sorry. 2bx plus c. And so the reason I took the derivative is because we're told some information about the derivative, believe it or not. We're told that the local max and a local min. So what is the local max and local min? Means that there has to be a point at local max and min such that f prime is equal to 0. So we're told that at these values, -2 and 1, so at f prime of -2 is equal to f prime of 1, because that's when we have a local max. So when a local max occurs when it goes like this, or in the local min occurs like this, but both have a derivative 0. So we know that this fact is true. So what do we do now? We can just plug in our values into x for f prime. So we get 3a, and then we get -2 squared. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is going to be, so we're going to plug in, we're going to plug these numbers into x right here. So we're going to get 3a, and then -2 squared, plus 2b, and then -2, and then plus c, and then we're going to plug in 1. So for 1, we just get 3a plus 2b plus c. And then once you simplify this, you get 12a minus 4b equals 3a plus 2b, because the c's canceled. And now we can solve for either a or b. I solve for b in this case. So if you solve for b, you get 3/2 a. So now what we do is we know that f prime of 1, so I'm going to go ahead and put in red. So this is our second step. So we know that f prime of 1 is equal to 0. And so what we're going to do is we're going to set 3ax squared plus 2bx plus c equals 0. So equals 0. And we're going to plug in 1. So this is going to come out to be, so 0 is equal to 3a plus 2b plus c. Well, I'm going to bring this on to the next page, so I'm going to rewrite this. So it's going to be 0 is equal, I'm going to go ahead and continue the red color to show our different steps. Oops, sorry. 0 is equal to 3 a plus 2b plus c. Now reminder, we solve for b, so we can actually plug in our new b. So 0 equals 3a plus 2 times 3 over 2a, and then plus c. And now what we can do is we can actually solve for c. So c is going to give us -6a. So now I'm going to circle some of the important constants. So we have b equals to 3/2 a, and c is equal to -6a. And now we're going to move on to another step, and that is f of -2. So what we're going to do, so f of -2, now that we know the values of a, we can actually go ahead and start plugging this into our original function. I mean, we know the value of b and c, so we're going to go ahead and start plugging this into our original function. So we're going to get f of -2, so this is going to give us -2 cubed times a, and then plus -2 squared, and then times b, but b is 3/2 a, and then we're going to get plus, this is going to be -2 times c, and then plus d, and this is equal to 3 because this is told to us, f of at x equals -2, we get 3. We're going to hold on to this value right here, and now we're going to solve for f of 1. So f of 1, well, that's going to be a plus 3/2 a, which is our b, but now it's 3/2 a rewritten, and then plus c, and then plus d, and now this can be rewritten as 5/2 a plus c plus d, and this is all equal to 0. Then we also know that f of -2, we can also, so what we can also do now is we're going to do f of -2 minus f of 1, and that's going to give us 3 minus 0, which is still equal to 3. So f of 2 minus f of 1, well, this is still equal to 3, and then this is equal to -2a minus 5/2 a minus 2c minus c. So I did some substitution here. Now we can get another value for c, so we can rewrite c as -1 minus 3/2 a. We also know, so now we have two c's. So now that we have two c's, we can actually solve for what number a is. Remember, we said c is equal to -6a, so now we have two versions of c. So we can say -6a is equal to -1 minus 3/2 a. And if you solve for this, you get a is equal to 2/9. Wow, so, oh, that's great. Now we know a. So now that we know a, we also know that b is equal to 3/2 times a. So 3/2, and then we know we just solved for a is 2/9, so 2/9. So you get 3/9, which is just 1/3. So now we know b. Well, now that we know what b is and we know what a is, remember that c was equal to -6a, and we know what a is, so -6 times 2/9, and that comes out to be -4/3. So now we have b, a, b, and c. And to find what d is, we can, there's a number of ways to do this. I'm just going to do the simple one. So f of 1, which is a plus b plus c plus d, which is going to be 2/9 plus 1/3. And then c is negative, so it's going to be -4/3. And then plus d. And we know that f of 1 is equal to 0. And if you solve for d, you get 7/9. So now we have solved for a, b, c, and d. And if you plug in those values into our original function, to our original form, that is the cubic function.